Throughout his long-standing history, Al Simmons has battled many terrifying enemies, some with the strength to rule the underworld, and some with the brains to outsmart him and control every aspect of his life without his knowledge. But none have been as terrifying as Morana. Morana, or Morana Simmons, is the daughter of Al Simmons and Wanda, who died because of miscarriage. But in reality, she was kidnapped and brainwashed by the master manipulator Mammon into believing that her parents abandoned her when she was born. We only see Morana briefly before she is sealed away, but even in those brief panels, she leaves a long-lasting impression and solidifies herself as a terrifying threat. In today's video, we will dive deep into the origins of Morana. But before we get started with this video, we have a small request for you. If you like our content, subscribe to us and like this video. It might just be a simple click for you, but it means a lot to us. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get started. Moranas Past, kidnapped at birth, raised to be the ultimate hellspawn. We get to see the origin of Morana in Spawn issue 182. This comic starts with Al Simmons struggling to control his Spawn suit and trying to get rid of it. He successfully got rid of the necroplasm suit, but his suit needed a host, so it bonded with Nyx, the sorcerer, who is often considered the best witch of her generation. Al Simmons' suit, whose name is K7 Letha, completely took over Nyx's body and tried to kill Al Simmons, her wife Wanda, and Wanda's daughter Cyan, but she was stopped by the arrival of Mammon, the former ruler of Hell and the herald of Malbolgia, who eventually portrayed him in a quest for power. Mammon then reminded the suit that he was the one who convinced Malbolgia to give him the mantle of Hellspawn and asked the necroplasm suit to follow him into the castle, and he would get the perfect host for himself. Mammon also asked Al and Wanda to follow him, and not having a choice, they followed Mammon. As they came closer to the castle, they heard screams of agony as if some people were being tortured, and Mammon revealed that Morana was playing with her toys. Inside the castle, we saw that Morana was performing a ritual. She had taken a bunch of virgins who believed in the White Angel as her captive and was preparing to bathe in their blood. She made them go through their pledge and then cut their tongues. Later, she went ahead with a ritual and started slicing the throat of every virgin, bathed in their blood, and transformed herself into a beast. On the other side, Mammon, while guiding Al Simmons and his wife to the castle, started telling them how he was an angel before the beginning of the human civilization. His wings were burnt when he joined the uprising against the gods, and he was thrown to hell. Once in hell, he started serving under Malbolgia. When he met the predecessors of Al Simmons and Wanda, he started planning a way to overthrow Malbolgia and become the ruler of hell. He revealed that he had been manipulating their every step, and he was the one who made it possible for Al Simmons to become Spawn, and he was the one who arranged their wedding to create the perfect warrior capable of ruling this world. Al Simmons called him crazy and claimed that all he spewed were lies. Mammon then revealed that he was the one who controlled Al Simmons when he hit Wanda, which led to her miscarriage, but the baby was born into the world alive, and he stole the baby away from them and raised her as his warrior. He finally revealed that Morana was the presumed dead daughter of Al and Wanda, who was destined to be the destroyer of worlds. Morana's rise and fall from ultimate hellspawn to defeat by Nyx. Despite being the strongest hellspawn, Morana was sealed away by Nyx, who received a spell from her future self. In Spawn issue 183, we saw the rise and fall of Morana. As Al Simmons, Wanda, Cyan, and Nyx arrived inside the castle, they were confronted by Morana, who was visibly pissed off by the sight of Al and Wanda, as she believed that they threw her away as a baby. So Wanda tried to reason with her, saying that she was dead when delivered, and that's why they left her. But Morana was brainwashed by Mammon and didn't want to hear anything from Wanda. She claimed that Mammon was her only father and that the castle was her only home. Mammon then told Morana that he bought her a gift for her 18th birthday and brought Nyx closer to Morana. As Morana touched the suit, it quickly started wrapping itself around Morana as if it had found its soulmate, and she soon transformed into a hellspawn. As soon as she transformed, she revealed her plan to kill all the humans on Earth. But before that, she would kill her parents, who had abandoned her. As Morana approached Al and Wanda to kill them, Cyan asked Nyx to do something, but she said that the costume had drained her powers and she wasn't strong enough to cast any spell. Then suddenly, Cyan's eyes started glowing and she found herself in a new place. There she met a wise older woman who recognized her and revealed that she was in the future. The older woman told Cyan that her mother would die, but she also told her how to save her mother. When Cyan returned to reality, she realized that time hadn't passed there, and Morana was still on her way to kill her mother and Al. She then asked Al to call the Legion for his help. Al was unsure if they would listen to him, but still heeded Cyan's advice and called for the Legion of Spawns. As he called it, the souls of those who died at the same hour as Al started coming out of Al Simmons' subconscious mind. Once the Legion appeared, they immediately started attacking Morana. Cyan then revealed to Nyx that the Legion would lose and the original plan to defeat Morana was actually something else. Nyx then asked her to plan, and Cyan said that the Legion was only a distraction and Nyx was the one who was destined to defeat both Morana and Mammon. During the battle, Al attacked Mammon, but Morana stopped him, and Mammon asked Morana to finish Al. After Morana defeated the Legion members, she came towards Al and Wanda. That was when Cyan revealed that the future Nyx created a binding spell that would seal Morana and Mammon in limbo. And the old lady she met in her vision gave her the spell. Cyan provided the spell to Nyx, and she cast it. Soon, Morana and Mammon started getting captured in a web-like cocoon. After Nyx successfully defeated Morana and Mammon, she opened a portal and helped everyone escape, but Al refused. He said he had to do something and asked the others to leave. This was where Morana and Mammon met their end until they reappeared in King Spawn issue number 6 as members of the Court of Priests. Morana's heritage. Is Al Simmons truly her father? In the Spawn Resurrection storyline, God appeared in front of Al Simmons, who was stuck in limbo after killing himself. God appeared in front of him in the form of the pet dog that Al had when he was a 9-year-old kid. God revealed to Al how he created the universe. God said that everything he created was perfect, and that's why he created humanity, because he needed something flawed. He realized that if everything was perfect, then everything was predetermined, which was pointless. He wanted humanity to write their own story, and he didn't even tell himself the ending of humanity's story because that would ruin the fun of watching flawed beings make their own decisions. God then told Al the purpose of meeting him. He revealed that while Al was there in limbo, running away from his responsibilities, the earth was thrown into chaos and Wanda died because of a riot. Her human body perished, but her soul has been stuck in hell along with the soul of his unborn boy child. God clarified that Al never abused Wanda and Morana was not his daughter because his unborn child was a baby boy. It further went on to say that his memories were manipulated by the demons who wanted to use him and push him to commit suicide so that they could go on to do their dirty deeds without his presence. With that being said, God gave Al a sword that he crafted himself and advised him to go to hell and get his wife and unborn child back. So, Al wielded the Sword of Spirit and prepared for his battle against the demons of hell. Morana made another appearance in the King Spawn storyline. During the King Spawn storyline, we witnessed Spawn closing the gates of hell, but a secret organization wanted Spawn to take the mantle of king. A new character called the Disruptor was behind Spawn, trying to persuade him to take the throne. Later, this character was revealed to be Jason Wynn, the one responsible for the death of Al Simmons and turning him into the Hell Spawn. By the end of this comic issue, Al Simmons defeated Jason and left for New York because he sensed the sigil that was drawing him to it. In the last panel, we saw the Court of Priests waiting for Al Simmons to sit on the God throne, a throne made with bones of Spawn's enemies, and we saw that Morana and Mammon were members of this Court of Priests. This was the last time we saw Morana in the comics. Since it was revealed that Al Simmons had an unborn baby boy, it raised the question, who is Morana and what are her real origins? Marvelous verdict. Morana is the result of Mammon's years of preparation. He realized that to find a warrior capable of destroying the world, he had to create it. That's why he manipulated the bloodlines of Al Simmons and Wanda and got them married. Mammon stole and raised the baby born from their union as his own. This made Morana a worthy opponent for Al Simmons, but it was later revealed that Morana was not the daughter of Al, and it was all a lie concocted by the demons of hell to manipulate Spawn. This naturally begs the question, who is Morana really, and what are her real origins? Although this question has not been addressed in the comics yet, we do have some theories of our own. Morana can be Al's daughter, but not a biological one, as it was clear that Al and Wanda had a son, not a daughter. But it is possible that Mammon experimented with Al's DNA and tried to use it to create a Hellspawn that would surpass him in strength. As of now, we can only make theories and expect that we'll get to see the new origins of this intimidating character pretty soon. With that being said, if you liked our content, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.